unpack the PantoRouter and put it together for you.
What makes the
PantoRouter
better than this
Domino
XL? The Domino is fast at making loose tenon joints with minimal setup. Perpendicular mortises are particularly easy. If you want to put a mortise in the end of a rail, Domino has an adapter that helps line things up for you. The setup for mortises angled into the face, like the side rail into the back leg here, are not as straightforward. You set the angle of the fence here to the angle that you want your mortise at, and lay it on your flat surface and you plunge in at that angle. The PantoRouter with its tilting table is really quite good at doing these angled mortises. To angle a mortise for a rail into a leg, you just tilt the table like we did on our chair project for our back legs. We made a jig that raises it consistently. That goes in there, lock the table down. Your table is tilted at the proper angle, and you bring the PantoRouter in straight. It'll mortise straight in at that proper angle. The tenon and the perpendicular shoulders are cut at the same time. This results in a stronger joint than loose tenon joinery would, especially in small fragile pieces with a thin wall. Problem with that is you still need to cut the shoulder angles in order to fit your rail up against the back leg so you don't have this ugly gap. You can cut an angled shoulder with the PantoRouter as well, but it's going to be limited by the thickness of the wood. You need to make sure that you have some bite on the end of the wood for the height, and also on the bottom side, it's going to be limited in how deep you can go and how long that tenon can be, because you still want to have something left for the shoulder on the other side of it. So this is our end result, with the tenon coming at an angle and the shoulder being cut at the complementary angle using the PantoRouter.
In a chair, this angle might make assembly easier in clamping and introduces some short grain weakness to the joint.
Or you can cut the ends of your rails at your angle and use loose tenon joinery with the PantoRouter.
Ready to go back to the Domino?
But for our green and green inspired chairs, we're going the extra step of housing the mortises. Using a formula to calculate the right size template, roughly twice the size of the rail, you cut the housing mortises into the leg using the same table angle as for these main mortises. When the mortise and the housing mortise are cut at an angle into the leg, you only need the straight perpendicular cuts for your tenons on the rail, and it'll fit straight in and flush. The housing will also add a little bit of mechanical strength that combats the racking forces.
The housing mortise covers up gaps if there's wood shrinkage. Shrinkage!
The greens use it in their chairs, so it's correct for the reproduction work that we're doing. So, when going for the most complicated joint design,
Housing mortises
the PantoRouter
is the right way to go.